Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Guilty Gear 5v5 exhibition. I don't know if it has a name to it. Does it have? Do we have a cool name for it? I'm not sure.
What is the Overdrive Online?
Overdrive. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate it. Overdrive Online 5v5 exhibition.
Yeah, you see, I'm well prepared.
As
anyway,
always.
How you doing, brother? Good to see you, Sammy.
No, hey, good to have you. I'm really excited to do some more exhibitions for this game, especially because we're just kind of coming off the hype from Combo Breaker, which also had a really good top 8 for Plus R. So just get to talk about more Plus R. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Sunday before Memorial Day is one of the best days a year on the calendar for fighting game fans. Like, you get all of the Combo Breaker action going on literally from the beginning of the morning till, sundown and well into the night. And the best part is, well, we all had to learn to do tournaments online, too, so we get to do cool exhibitions like this. So if you're fiending for more Guilty Gear, we got you covered.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I wanted to say thank you for stopping by. I know this is not a stream that happens to see the exhibitions or anything like that all that often, so please excuse some of the very possible jank and that will happen with the stream, but hopefully at least you might be coming here for some good Plus R, and if that can suffice for you, I'll be pretty happy, because pretty much almost everything else is pretty ramshacked together.
Yeah. I mean, streaming is nothing if not a blow up at all times.
Yeah, exactly.
But so yeah, we have a 5v5 exhibition today. This is a very old school format. We used to do these a lot in the ancient times of arcades and XX Reload, Guilty Gear era for us dinosaurs. But for those of you who are not familiar with this type of format, so we have 2 teams, 5 players each, and we're gonna do it round robin style. All 5 players will play all 5 players on the other team. So grand total of 25 matches. So you can essentially think of it as a race to 13. But regardless of how the score plays out, since it's a round robin, we'll play every match out for you because people like numbers and they want to put the numbers next to their column with the W. So, but this is a really fun format. It's you get to see who gets on a heater and who doesn't. The nice part about having easy to navigate online lobbies is we can swap people out really quick, so you don't have to do the old school advantage we used to have where someone would sit down and play all 5 players in a row, which is just a tiny advantage for the player who gets to sit and not get up.
Right. I actually, to not talk about Plus R for a second, one of the things I do for my job is I do social media and I do the streams for Access Games. And I actually took this, I took that into consideration because one of the big things about fighting games especially is that people get kind of hot in fighting games, and when they get hot, they tend to steamroll the competition because when you get hot, you can do no wrong. The confidence is all high. You don't second guess yourself. It's all great, right? So anything that sort of allows a little bit of curbing for that, for the sake of just like more games or a little bit of extra competition, is something that's pretty good to consider, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and it helps out ye old verbose commentators like you and I, because we get to talk about and highlight things in between matches that you can't always fit in during a game like Plus R, which operates at lightning fast speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, we're just finishing getting set up, getting everybody ready to go in the lobbies and all that stuff. And once we get going, it'll be nonstop action. We'll get a game, swap a couple of players out, and rotate all the way through all 25 of these matches, and we'll see what teams come out on top. So we have 2 teams today. We have Team Blitz, which is going to consist of Blitz, of course, famous for playing Millia; Mole, who has been playing Plus R since the rollback and has become one of the premier A.B.A players in the country; Naj, very, very strong Testament player; Joe Biden, notorious for his incredibly speedy and annoying Chipp, because when is it ever fun to fight Chipp? And Digital Watches, one of the premier Axel players for a long time in this game. Been around the game for a very long time. And on the other side, we got Team Quash. Quash, of course, plays Johnny. Shadow Fox, rocking Order Soul. T5, who's one of the newer Plus R players, is one of the big lab rats for Kliff, who's helped evolve that character a lot of late. Heartwad's going to be our local justice, and RS, because you can't have an exhibition in Guilty Gear without at least one bad guy involved.
Absolutely. And yeah, like going back, I actually wanted to put a slight highlight on T5, because T5 is probably the newest school plus R player that is like a true just a plus R player, like doesn't play any other games or came back from like, let's say, Strive, or was in the Strive waiting room and picked up the game. And we were just recently talking about how cool it is when a specific set of people or players invent playstyles or push the character beyond the original anticipation for the strength of the character.
Yeah.
And God, the change in perception of Kliff from the launch of the character, which was, we all thought that character was butt, like not just bad, like butt, like I don't know, yeah, like ass. Now we think that character is pretty darn good, like fights pretty well, has some good matchups, and the strategy around the character is pretty solid and sound, with a little sprinkling of robbery.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is always a nice thing in anime fighting games.
Yeah, one of the nice things about this exhibition, we're getting the two characters that have seen the most evolution in Plus R over its now somehow 10-year run, which is
happened out of nowhere,
making my bones crumble to dust as we speak. But you talked about Kliff, a character that has evolved heavily since the launch of this game. Like you said, was not considered terribly strong upon its launch. And then on the other side, we're going to have A.B.A, who is another character that has always had a niche following since she debuted in Slash, but not a lot of hardcore dedicated players, right? It's usually, one or two across a couple major regions in each country you would find. And early in Plus R's lifespan kind of had the same thing. Definitely not as lowballed as Kliff was in the early, power rankings, so to speak. But a character that was always like, oh yeah, she'll rob you, but she's so risky that you can't possibly expect to play this character in tournament and see success. And that has completely changed drastically, especially in the last 2 years since rollback, with players like Skeletal Minion, now with Mole. I see ABAs and strong ABAs on the online play nearly daily. There's a lot of people that have picked up this character, and the route and way she's evolved, and the precision that ABA players have found to maximize the use of Moroha, and more to the point in this game, Goku Moroha, which is maybe the best install super Arxis has ever made in any game they've ever published. Like, absolutely cracked install super.
It's so good, and it was kind of predicated on the fact that the character was supposed to be the worst character in the game early on, right? And the idea being that if you use the blood packs early on, you might not have them later. But A.B.A players have gotten so good at maximizing the amount of time you're in Moroha into transitioning into Goku, and like, the fact of the matter is that most people don't live past those two moments.
No, God no.
And it's and I think what happened is that, and you can, maybe we talked about this a little bit with like Justice, actually, who I think saw the opposite trajectory as these two characters.
Yes.
We found
super high stock early on.
Yeah, we found that these characters, both Kliff and A.B.A, found a way to find consistency in their kit that wasn't there before. And that might sound kind of weird coming from like saying that about A.B.A, because it's like this character feels like you're inherently inconsistent, but give credit to players like Skeletal Minion and Mole, who basically design the way to make this character just feel like it always has an opportunity to take a game.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Once they really started labbing and sciencing out the just absolutely wacky hitboxes that character has. Like, a lot of A.B.A's hitboxes feel unfinished. and they will hit you in ways that no other moves can hit you in Plus R, and it's quite wild. And all right, we are going in. It's time. So we're going to start off with Blitz throwing himself on his own team and heartwad going for Team Quash. Millia versus Justice. This is one of those matchups that Justice is going to have to play real well to succeed in.
Yeah, there is that opportunity for the character that has bigger buttons in order to keep him out. There is some outplay potential for Justice, but the burden is heavily on that character's side.
Yeah. Nice start though for heartwad. Has already earned Blitz's burst early on, so has a little bit of advantage there. No punish on the Michael Sword. That move is incredibly hard to punish, and the classic. We said Plus R is already an old game. Well, nothing's older than roll throw from Millia, and now hold this mix. Yep, it's caught. Nice reset on the air throw, and we're going to put another Secret Guard down. Secret Garden is one of the reasons that Millia is incredibly effective at fighting this character.
Yeah, absolutely. Between that and pin, it's basically always gives her an opportunity to sort of force the situation here. And we're in a bad spot if we're heartwad. Finds the corner, however.
Okay, all right. Smart by Blitz to just take the nuke, roll out, get out of the corner. You don't want to sit in the corner against Justice. Gets chucked back in there, though.
This is a bad situation. There's a possible one-touch here. Got the tech up, found a way out, used the pin to cover the way ground, and got a reset with the roll. And that's the first round to Blitz.
Yeah, really good back and forth there. For those of you who have not seen a lot of Justice, Justice is the zoner of Plus R. Justice lives and dies by screen control with Michael Sword, the big long laser that covers a bunch of horizontal space, and then those nukes, those bombs that get thrown out, and once you get in proximity of them, they detonate, and they have a ton of block stun and a ton of guard crank on them.
There you go, try to stall in the air, but unfortunately Blitz was ready for it, and this is going to be some nice damage. Hopefully pick up the pin as well. No, not quite. Just went for the mix-up. And then actually picked up the pin on the way there. Found a way to reset the mix-up again. Unfortunately, wasn't able to clean it up.
Yeah, Justice, one of those big characters. So you.
Oh, that was so sick.
That was disgusting.
Oh, God. Blitz is like, when he puts that stuff together, God damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is a godlike Millia conversion. That is not that's experience. You do not do that on the fly. Very impressive. So, Team Blitz gets on the board 1-0. Takes their first run right there. And yeah, kind of a hallmark of how Justice versus a Pixie goes.
Yeah.
That's how these matches kind of go. So, up next, looks like we're going to have RS step up for Team Quash. And RS is... There's different kind of Soul players, right? There's the very calculated, footsie, I use my good pokes, I need to try and condition you long enough to make you afraid of my command grab mix-up and then convert on my counter hits for giganto damage. And then there's the polar opposite of that, where Wild Boy does not even remotely begin to describe it. I am a Soul player, and I am here to hit Riot Stomp and here to hit Volcanic Viper and Grand Viper until you die, and consequences be damned. And I would definitely put RS in the latter of those categories.
The way that I kind of put it for the characters is like one of them use normals, the other one use specials.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Yeah, and this one's going to use specials quite a bit. And hey, guess what? The specials, they're pretty good. Most of the specials are safe, being that they aren't checked before they're how to say, like they're not their active frames, or when they're effective, I should say. A lot of these specials have occupy different spaces and move in different ways, and that's kind of why a lot of people, when you're starting out early on in Plus R Soul versus Plus R Soul, a lot of players early on really dislike playing against the character because there's a lot of specials that move and do things that you don't expect to do. Bandit Revolver hops, Riot Stomp goes backwards and is almost instantly off the air. Grand Viper basically low profiles the earth. So it's like all of these things put together make you feel like you're always making the wrong decision. That's kind of the style, is that using those quote-unquote evasiveness to frustrate the opponent and make them make bad mistakes.
Yeah. Soul is it's funny we're following up a Justice match with a Soul match, because Justice is probably the #1 character in Plus R at tilting the opponent by just making them flustered with the situation, right?
Yeah.
Soul also does it, but in a much different way. Soul basically forsakes the core of his strengths to just annoy the ever-living hell of you and make you think you can't possibly make a correct decision. And like you said, all of his specials, a lot of them are very hard to punish. Even his DP, Volcanic Viper, is exceedingly difficult to punish for the type of move it is.
Right.
You have to be on point to punish it, because it has a follow-up kick that can be done on block. So if you guess wrong, you get bopped for a counter hit. Feels bad. So we're going to have RS taking on Joe Biden. Again, probably the premier Chipp player in Plus R right now. And this is one of those interesting matchups, because Chipp is a monster in this game, but Chipp is also not afforded the luxury of mistakes very often in a game like Plus R, where you absolutely explode on counter hit. There we see Volcanic Viper coming out. One of the few characters with the luxury of trading with anti-air 5K. Joe Biden gets the mix. Yep.
Wow, finds the pocket on top of which.
Yeah. There it is. Yep, like you said, evasive special moves. Right now, Joe Biden looking pretty smooth here, keeping nice control. But with Chipp, you're never comfortable until you see the slash come on screen.
Yeah.
Smart burst there. I like that. Oh, wow. Nice conversion off the Air Bandit Revolver. Right stomp. Doesn't it needy? Gonna try and OTG him for the kill?
Wow. Yep. I didn't know that hit that cleanly
smart
in the corner. That's nice.
Yeah, I actually didn't either. That's really good. Especially on Soul, who's kind of notorious for having an annoying hitbox to OTG. All right, Fafnir. Fafnir is not the Fafnir you know from Exert or Strive. Fafnir is really bad on block and on hit in this game. If you do not follow it up with the Force Break, it's punishable on hit if you're good at stagger matching. So Fafnir, one of those things you want to save meter for a lot of the times. But right now, RS with a pretty comfortable lead here, throwing out those riot stamps, more riot stamps, daring Joe Biden not sit there, and then you stood for too long. Oh, all right, doesn't matter. It's fine. We just riot stomp again. If you haven't figured it out by now, RS might stand for something.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice forward punch there from Joe Biden. There you go.
Really nice sweep.
Yeah, one of those god-tier Chipp buttons has just an incredible sweep on him. Yep, got pressured. Yep, there's right stamp out. Right stamp, believe it or not, has invulnerability on it, and it's startup as well.
Yeah, you see it mostly in the corner, but a lot of the times you'll see it because the Soul player just makes a hard read.
Yep, Joe Biden just taking a jab combo there, trying to bait out first. Nice air grab. All right, you're going to get a conversion. Yes, we are.
Yeah,
and drops it there.
Normally, Force Break Sidewinder scales quite a bit, but versus Chipp, it's so worth it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, not able to get the clean hit there. Chipp, I know, is one of the characters with a pretty specific hitbox for getting clean hit Sidewinder on. And one of those things you got to learn as a Soul player, have to be able to hit those clean hits. RS, good. Nope. Yeah, good luck punishing Force Break Beta Blade in this game.
Yeah.
One of the best, honestly, maybe in the argument for the best Force Break in the game.
Yeah.
What if you had a forward-moving DP that is almost unpunishable?
Yeah, really has the opportunity to, like, even on block throw a lot of players off. You know, so a lot of the times still a lot of Chipp players will throw it out because it's up to you to punish it.
Yeah. So good recovery there from Joe Biden. When you get a round like that second round, you were fully in control, and then Soul bops you a couple times, and you go, where did my life go? Oh, right, I'm playing Chipp. And then nice recovery, regains that control in third game. And that's 2 in a row for Team Blitz to start us off.
Yeah, doing really well. I really like watching Joe Biden play because I feel like that character is... I mean, I don't feel like... That character is very hard to pilot. And is
Absolutely.
Very strong character when in the right hands. And Joe Biden, rather than going for the toughest stuff in the game, which I think we both agree is... if you can play this character at the best of the character has to possibly offer, might actually be one of the top 3 characters in the game. Rather than that, we found that Joe Biden has found a far more easy to operate, consistent play style that offers the ability for not only the ability to like mix up and maybe fail, but reset back to neutral, but rather it is way more the ability to just play around the opponent and make them make way more mistakes than you would just do by, like, let's say, an executioner of some sort.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is, Chipp really, for the first time, got a lot of notice from people in Xrd, where became one of the top characters in later versions of that game, and had almost very Millia-esque can mix-up in the corner, right? Like, he puts you in the corner, and you go, which side, up, down, strike, throw? Yes, all of it. Good luck. Block if you can. This version, like you said, is not nearly as cut and dry straightforward. The only straightforward part about Chipp, honestly, are his buttons. He has a lot of very good normals, but again, you have to be very calculated in where you throw your pokes, how you play neutral and move around, because this character can die in a single counter hit. He can easily lose 60-70% of his life, and then you're one touch away from death. So, like you said, Joe plays that more consistent. He goes out of his way to make sure that when he hits, he gets as much as he can, but he doesn't risk losing the control he just earned to try and maximize damage. And I think that's a really smart way to play the character, because Chipp has some really, really amazing conversions in this game. You can do things with Air Alpha Blade FRC and convert hits that, frankly, the character has no business converting on.
Yeah.
But they're also incredibly difficult. Like, execution-wise, situational awareness-wise, you could easily make an argument that Chipp is the single hardest character to pilot in Plus R for the combination of his execution requirements, and like you said, all it takes is that one moment where you drop your consistency or drop your guard, and that's enough to just have a round stolen away from you on the spot. So
yeah,
I like that compromise that Joe plays with. Maybe he's not going to hit the absolute most maximum damage on every hit, but he's gonna get enough and maintain control. And Chipp is not an easy character to get away from. I don't care what your toolkit has. He sticks to you like glue once he gets on top of you.
Yeah, I mean, has essentially a four-way mix-up with going high, low, left, right, strike, throw. Has the ability to force that situation with 50% whenever they want to. And also has the ability to really forego a lot of your zoning tools or your neutral just by 25% in a well-timed 3 buttons. So putting all those together really just makes it so that, like, the character can almost always has the ability to play his game given, like, a set of circumstances. Yeah,
definitely. And I talked about Force Break Beta Blade when it came out. This character's Force Break kit is unreal. His Force Breaks cover the weaknesses of the moves that they're attached to so well. Probably one of the ones that I am always just like slack-jawed at every time I get hit by it is the Force Break on his Leaf Grab, the command grab. Because notoriously, good players after a while start watching for where Chipp players try to sneak in Leaf Grab, and you just jump back and air throw it, or jump out and then punish him. Well, what if I told you Chipp has a Force Break where if you jump, he's going to hit you out of it with an untechable move that scales incredibly well and then put you back into the mix?
Yeah, I don't know if I tell you that if you try to draw a jump said command grab, it is a very likely chance that you did not jump it quick enough. And you are not getting a punish.
Yep.
Just incredible.
He has an incredible toolkit, but it is one of those, there's a tool for every job, but you better pick the right one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why we really like seeing Joe Biden play quite a bit, is because we found a player that is willing to put in the diligent work that it takes in order to get that across. Because frankly speaking, like, if you want to put that work in for Chipp, good on you. You could put like half the amount of work on some of the other characters and maybe do just as well. But it's a specific brand of that play style that I think Joe Biden's has drawn himself to.
Yeah, and honestly, that's kind of a good microcosm for Plus R in general, right? Like, a lot of players have realized, Guilty Gear for a long time was a series where a lot of people focused heavily on I gotta maximize damage, right? Like, gotta cash out everything for the maximum, gotta lab out the hardest combos and make sure I squeeze every bit of damage, because damage get me closer to win. And that's true. But as this game has evolved over, the now 20 plus years of the XX series, consistency is worth its weight in gold in this game. Being able to keep your game plan, maintain control of the match and the game flow the way your character is designed to manipulate it is worth just as much, if not more, than always cashing out those combos. And sometimes it's a lot easier to go, all right, I'm willing to cough up this 10, 20 damage to make sure I get what I want, get my knockdown, and run my offense, because offense is scary in this game. And speaking of scary, we're going to have one of the best characters in any Guilty Gear ever, +R Testament, going up against Shadow Fox, Order Soul. Order Soul, I want to say, actually fights Testament decently well, if he can get there, and that's the big caveat. You got to be able to get to this character first, and also know where those traps are at all times. Nets and trees, you have to pay attention to. There's Warrant. So, if you've never seen Naj play, Naj loves Warrant. If you leave gaps in your pressure or try to get cute with your offense, Naj will try and Warrant out of it, so it's something you have to account for. Gets the grab. Okay, this is going to be a little scary. Gets the conversion. Yep.
That was actually a really, really good neutral check throw.
Yeah.
Normally you see people just recover in direction by habit, but that was a really, really good sequence from there. But yeah, good job on Shadow Fox. This character does have very good movement. It's just like with your face.
Yep.
So you just have to learn how to jump and air dash and super jump properly. Once you get all of that down, this character has great movement.
Yep. There's the tree. Knowledge gonna come. Yep. Master Puppets. Now this is where Testament is at the most dangerous, right? The big tree. There it is.
Also,
what if you were poisoned?
Yeah.
That doesn't scale your combos, and then the combo's just going to keep going. We're not done. We're not done. Yep.
Yeah. Tried your best.
Wow. Did I mention that Naj likes Warrant?
Warrant aficionado is an understatement.
Yeah, absolutely. Puts the net right on top of him. Yep. EXE Beast. EXE Beast. Yep. There we go. Yeah. Warrant is a frame 2 counter on a character that has very notably poor defense otherwise without meters, so it's a very powerful tool. Yep, that's the area where Order Soul struggles in this, right? Having a net directly above you, Order Soul does not have a great normal to jump straight up and try and remove a net from the screen. Just not his normals are not designed to do that. You see Naj, or excuse me, Shadow Fox using that jump punch a lot. All right, we're gonna get big throw combo damage. Went for the double dust loop. There we go. Warren, gotta account for it. Did I mention it has an FRC on it, so even if you do bait it, it's really hard to punish? Yep.
Always ready for it. I've never seen somebody more willing to warrant a burst.
Yeah. You have to. And it's one of those things that when you fight Testament, your first instinct is, all right, I have to be cognizant of nets and trees, right?
Yes.
I have to know how to activate them without them actually hitting me. And that's step 1 to fighting Testament. And that's really hard to do. And then you finally get to Testament, make them block something. Testament does not have particularly fast normals, although their normals are outrageously good with the hitboxes. And you're like, it's my turn. I get to play offense now. Let's go. And then you leave a 2-frame gap anywhere in your pressure, or Testament instant blocks. And not only does your pressure in, but you got knocked down and you're poisoned.
Yep.
Good times.
It's good. It's good. It has to be good. Yeah. I mean, I will give Naj the credit on the net placement, which I think is where Testaments either win or lose for the most part, is how well they get people to sort of move where they want them to move. And you saw a lot of the times it was that slightly above the air nets that is hard to jump over or air dash in, really asking him to actually just straight like Grand Viper at him, and he just wouldn't, because that's also a really tough thing for Haas to do. So
yeah,
it was a very clean sort of caging of sorts.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so it looks like up next we're going to have T5 taking on Digital Watches, and this is an interesting matchup for Kliff. You would think Kliff, movement is not terribly amazing. He has a step dash that's not super fast. His air dash is fast but doesn't go very far, and his super jump is very height oriented as opposed to horizontal. So you would think that would be a difficult time getting in against a character like Axel, but Kliff has the butter knife, and the butter knife is real good at swatting things with hurt boxes on it, which all of Axel's normals have. So, yep, it's forward punch.
Yeah, great anti-air there.
Yep. All right, burst back, wants to keep the momentum, try and stay close. Drill, not enough to knock down. Nice FRC to stay safe on the Axel bomber there from Watches.
Yeah, trying to find that anti-air once again. Another chase down with an anti-air, and we're of the opposite corner.
Yep, we got those full combos. All right, FRC and the dust. Yep. Get the knockdown. G, we're going to do it again. Yep, got to hold the mix-up. Axel doesn't really have a great reversal there. And swing the butter knife. Good things happen. T5 takes round 1.
Yeah, on top of Axel not having particularly good defensive options, the character is not going to do anything in Kliff's pressure range where he gets to toss fireball, normal, fireball, normal.
Yeah, this is the matchup in a nutshell. If Kliff can keep Axel in the corner, Axel's options are horribly limited to making some very fun, hard reads. And as you see, right now, T5 in total control.
So sick.
Nice use of the auto guard there by Digital Watches. Baits the chop. All right. Gonna get some good damage, and this is the price you pay for playing Kliff, right? Kliff takes a ton of damage and has the worst stun modifier in the game. Waiting it out. Nope, too early. You have to wait forever. Nice block on the dust, though. Digital Watch is still in there. Fakes the unblockable. There's the sweep. You want to talk about cracked sweeps in this game? Kliff's is unreal.
It's so good.
One of the best buttons in the game, and one of those buttons that early on, like we were talking about the evolution of Kliff, right? And also props T5 getting Team Quash on the board now. Gets them in the win column. Early on, everyone focused on, the big old butter knife, the dragon sword. It's got gigantic hitboxes. This is clearly this character's strength. And that's not wrong. It is what makes Kliff as good as he is. But people were not realizing how ridiculous Kliff's sweep is. It's like 10 frames, and it goes as far as Chipp and Millia's.
Yeah, it feels like it goes halfway across the screen, cancelable as well into a bunch of very, very good specials. It is a staple of that character's kit in terms of spacing.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually talking with T5 a few weeks ago, talking about, the matchups that my character Anji struggles with, and it was some that Kliff actually succeeds in. I was like, yeah, if I played that character, I would structure my entire offense around that sweep. Just make people respect that and then go in. And T5 told me, he's like, that actually opened my eyes to some ideas, and he's been applying it. So, but now we have one of the team leaders. We have Quash playing for Team Quash, taking on Mole, and A.B.A. is in Moroha mode already. Mole is ready to use a blood pack, get in the mode. Already baits a burst.
Yeah,
Quash trying to jump on this character, that is ill-advised.
Wow, early Moroha.
Yeah.
So the reason
to get in there.
Yeah, the reason why we're commenting on that is because usually we see a sort of maximization of time, and usually go the Moroha in some other place because it's plus on block and you can. But we're just trying to see Mole trying to end it right here.
Yeah, I think once he baited that burst and realized that Johnny's not going to have any answer at that point, why not activate and just get right on top of him and not allow any movement at that point?
Yeah, that sort of decision-making, that min-maxing in your head is what makes the Apple players so good nowadays.
Absolutely. All right, so Quash does have the corner, and A.B.A. is stuck in normal mode right now. That's where you want to keep her at all times. Yep, backing up, going to get the blood pack. Nice backdash, stay safe. All right, Quash does get it. That's a big drop. You cannot drop knockdowns against A.B.A. in Moroha. Yep, baits the super. Not going to punish it.
No, it whiffed! Oh.
Yeah, wait it out. And we're going to get the big combos into Goku. And where's it at?
I try to burst him into the corner. Nice throwback. That's not my home. That's yours.
Although those were overheads, until they weren't. There's a low. Oh, wow. Mole actually drops it. Mole usually cashes out combos for maximum damage, but it doesn't matter. Just run up and throw him again. That is the truly gross thing about Moroha and Goku Moroha, right? So A.B.A. has a notably terrible throw range. He has the worst normal throw range in the entire game. But if you're playing a character that no one wants to swing on because she has armored moves and hitboxes that are better than yours, and you will get counter hit and you will die, well, then as soon as the A.B.A. player smells blood, they literally just run up and throw you. And guess what? They get a ton of damage off their throw.
Yeah, I mean, the character once goes into Moroha, like, has that proper, strike throw mix-up. And normally, when you think about strike throw mix-up, you're thinking about characters like Jim and Johnny that usually need some sort of, like, extra reward to do it, because they either need cards in order to, like, really make it scary, or need coins already leveled up to make it scary. This character, if she's throwing you, she's probably either gonna get in Moroha mode, or she's already in it. So, like, the throw is always frightening.
Yeah. And the other thing is, didn't see it quite as much in that game just because there was a lot of scrambling going on. But if you are patient against A.B.A, you're going to have problems, because Moroha and Goku Moroha moves, all of them, I don't care what it is, the normals, the specials, take your pick, they all are just elite at cranking guard gauge in this game. And if you get to your guard gauge flashing, you can no longer just sit there and try and block. If you get thrown, you are going to die. Because Moroha and Goku Moroha combos just do damage all
so
over
much
the table.
damage.
It's really, really scary. And so, yeah, we saw Quash get that one hit with a level 2 misfire, start the combo, and it dropped. And when you hit an A.B.A that has transitioned into Moroha mode, you have to play solitaire from there. You cannot let the character get away again, because you flat out may not get another chance. Some characters have the luxury of being able to truncate their combos and just go into instant kill mode, because they have very fast, very far-reaching instant kills to take advantage of Moroha's stun if A.B.A's meter runs out. Johnny is not really one of those characters. His instant kill is not particularly fast, so he has to kind of take his damage at the maximum, try and use a combination of A.B.A hurting herself for using moves in Moroha, and then cash out the rest of the damage himself. So up next, we're going to have Blitz taking on RS. Right now we have Blitz's team up 4-1 in the early going here. We'll see if Team Quash can start turning around. And this is one of those classic Guilty Gear matchups, right?
Yeah.
Control Oki character against big swinging buttons and big, large counter hits.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, these guys are buds. They've played each other for quite a while now, both in SoCal. So they're definitely, if you're going to see some weirder stuff than normal, then expect that it's because these guys have played each other just so much.
Ooh. Okay. Burst was a little out of range there. Got to be very careful how you burst against Millia. One of the best characters at being naturally burst safe in the whole game. That was the highest and longest cross-up I have ever seen.
Yeah, I think it was a whole DP or TP bait that maybe went awry.
Yep.
But either way, like, it still worked out because of Force Break Disc.
Okay, that was a nice... I'm assuming that was an option select there from RS. Caught the cross-up roll with a Riot Stomp, a Bandit Revolver, which makes sense because that would be the input for Riot Stomp, which probably would have got him out of the other disc, but Blitz able to get a clutch conversion there to take the first round.
Yeah, that's really the super-duper strength of Force Break Disc. It's not just that it sets up Oki, is that it's just the best thing to just fix up your combos, get it full conversion, and then that's the hard knockdown Millia needs.
Yep. The stapler button for Millia combos. The panic twist on the duds. We've all done it. I will do it again the next time I'm playing +R, because you get hit by dust and you freak out because you're like, that's going to hurt. And oddly enough, in +R, they usually don't that bad. But it's just the natural inclination. You get hit by dust. No, I don't want to get hit dust combo. That's no fun.
Good thrown. We're Millia and light as hell, so we get the tech in the air.
Yep. That. All right. Goes up and gets him. Wow. Went for... that would have been a ridiculous conversion if it worked, but it drops. There's the FRC on Bandit Bringer. We go low. Ooh. Wow. Baited the throw, but it didn't matter. Right. Yep.
Oh, that's pin gone early on.
Yeah, that's a big throw. That's really big for Blitz. Like you said, pin was already gone, knocked down in the corner. That is not where Millia wants to be in this matchup. And Blitz so good at converting everything into a full knockdown. Ooh, went for the big combos, drops it, but still holding the corner for now. All right.
Oh, God.
All right.
He's gonna do it.
It's time to activate.
He's trying to do it.
Wow. What a read. What a read from Blitz to go to Iron Savior to get out of the command grab. Oh, counter hit Riot Stamp. Looks like baiting a burst there. Riot Stamp again. Living up to the namesake. Riot Stamp again. Count them with me, folks. There's 4. Wow, what a conversion.
Oh, it's going to be close. One more. Oh, the double going for the cross-up.
What defense from RS. Wow. RS again. There we go.
Oh,
Punish.
no.
And the burst on the last hit. Not done yet. Sweeps him out of Grand Viper.
Oh my god. He got the burst on that hit, and he knew that was the case, and it was mashing that burst.
Oh yeah. Staring at that gauge and just going, come on, baby, one more life. Just give me that extend. And almost ran all the way back. It's always fun to see 2 characters that are direct counters to each other's play styles, piloted by 2 people who play each other all the time, because you get those exact kind of situations.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of baiting bursts, a lot of trying to outmaneuver the opponent, a lot of just, making opponents think of the opposite thing that they would have normally done. Riot stomps.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, the Blitz takes it out in the end. Two really clutch rounds, actually, that were the solidification of Blitz taking it for his team.
Yeah, real strong. All right, up next, we're going to have Shadow Fox taking on Mole. I can't fathom this is a super fun matchup for Order Soul, because Order Soul has to be up in your face to be effective, and if A.B.A is in Moroha mode, being up in her face is not always a fun place to be.
Yeah, it's very cool to already see, you can see Mole tried to find that hit early on, was like, Shadow Fox is playing solid, back up, get the blood pack, let's go party time.
Yep. All right, nice DP to interrupt there. Doesn't get the knockdown. I like that, gets enough space to charge, gonna charge up the specials a little bit. Trying to catch with Gunblaze. Right now, Shadow Fox doing a good job of occupying space. Tried to punish Donzai there, didn't quite get there.
Blocked on the head. That's a very common burst point versus A.B.A players. They'll know it.
Nice reset. Okay, Mole's going to be almost out. Oh, wow. Yep, Mole had to burst. Okay, Goku Moroha recharges that bar. That's the other. Wow!
Did that cross up?
It did. Wow, nice escape there by Mole, though, after the double Gunblaze. Yep, there's those double orb combos. Those hurt so much. Force break. Donzai gets a wow.
Very cool routing.
Absolutely brilliant meter usage. Planning out the meter use to the T to be able to get the knockdown, get out of Moroha mode, and get Ami back in it, not allow Shadow Fox room to breathe. And yep, back in the corner. Shadow Fox got to try and get out. Okay, up there dashes out, but gets hit for his trouble. All right, good. Picks the right burst point there, but nope. You can't anti-air this character. It doesn't work. Her hitbox are better used, and
that's dead.
Yeah.
GG's.
Remember when we talked about how this might be the best install Super Arxis has ever made? What if we told you it has a hitbox? That's a really good hitbox. And on counter hit, it's a full confirm.
Yeah, and not only that, it's plus on block, so you can frame trap with it if you'd so choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, man, it was a great win in that first round that Shadow Fox actually got him to go into Moroha without having to be in pressure, because that's sort of the optimization that A.B.A wants, and then it's led to that sort of last minute scramble. It was really close, and then unfortunately it didn't pan out in that round specifically.
Yeah, if you can force A.B.A to use blood packs, that's step one, right? The problem is the next few steps are a lot more difficult than convincing a character to use their resource that puts them in a mode that makes them one of the best characters in the game.
Yeah.
You've got to get rid of the other two and then manage to never let A.B.A go back into Moroha. And frankly, if you get them to use all 3 blood packs and they're still alive, you're probably in trouble. Just because you've probably taken some hits at that point.
There has, in my opinion, never been a more bulldoggy character in Guilty Gear than A.B.A. Because this character, if you are holding back, you are losing. And more than like, I could say that about, like, if you're playing against Millia, but if you're playing as A.B.A, you cannot hold back.
Yeah, absolutely. and again, that character has all the tools. Once you are in Moroha mode, she has a tool for every situation you could want to support that play style. She can run up, and she has some of the best meaty pokes in the entire game on Oki, because she has things like crouching heavy in Moroha mode, which is just flat out, you're not throwing it. Like, if you push a button against that and it's not something with a huge amount of invulnerability and a ridiculous hitbox, you are going to lose that exchange on the spot. And if you block it, A.B.A is effectively plus a billion at that point.
Please don't try to wake up throw A.B.A.
Yeah,
just throw that idea out of your head. If you're having trouble against that character, just throw that idea out of head. It's not happening today. Do yourself a favor and just look to like FD and super jump out, because you get hit by that, you might as well lost.
Yeah. And that's what makes it so difficult, is what angle do you approach an A.B.A. and Moroha, right? Like I talked about earlier, you can't try and come down on her dome and jump at her, because she has Crouching S, which is a god tier anti-air. She has Donzai and Force Break Donzai, which reach the height of skyscrapers, and on counter hit, you die. So you can't try to jump in on her. You can't walk directly forward at her, because the hitbox space that things like Rekka and Sweep and, you know, all of her moves occupy are just going to be better than yours in almost every single matchup. So you're kind of stuck looking for this opportunity to punish something on whiff, or block the first hit of Donzai and have some kind of invulnerable move that can interrupt the second hit. And those are just not easy situations, even if you know how to get to them in the first place.
Oh yeah, and let's say that you blocked a Donzai. Like, the amount of pushback that move has, like, actually makes it so that it's a very wonky punish for a lot of characters. And if you're not learning how to slash back hit, which is admittedly very hard, you are not going to get that consistent punish that you love.
Yup.
Not for a DP punish, I should say.
Yeah. And like we said, your opportunities are few and far between, because even if you have pristine defense, and in fairness, A.B.A.'s mix-up is very much more strike-throw oriented than like a high-low in Moroha mode. But the thing is, if you don't interrupt her attempts to like reset pressure with an air dash, which is not a very large window, by the way, once she's in on your head, you have to block. You don't have a choice. And so, you know, let's say you try to play discipline. You're going to be patient. You're going to wait your turn. Like we talked about, character cranks guard gauge in ways that no other character can. And something that's one of those old, like, under-the-hood mechanics that a lot of people forget about, different characters actually have different guard balance values. And some characters get their guard gauge cranked really easily. And in those cases, A.B.A.'s just having free lunch. Like, oh, you blocked a 3-hit string? Cool. If I hit you next, you're dead.
Yeah, it's just a character. I mean, what's fun about this game, honestly, is that we are talking all this waxing praise about a character that maybe 5 years ago we thought was the worst character in the game. Now we are thinking, even now to this day, waxing so much praise about this character is probably mid-tier at best. So just the game that we play. Really quick, I do want to thank everybody who has shown up to the event and made it possible. Obviously, there is a lot of organization that has to go with these sorts of things. Getting 10 some odd people to get together at the same time. So we'd really appreciate it if you took a second and looked at the Matcherino right here. Matcherino, it's just a free way for you to give a little bit to the players for free. You can go in there, click that contribute button down there, log in on like a bajillion different sites. It'll take about 5 seconds, and it'll go completely to the players. So if you have that second while we're waiting for the next match, we'd appreciate it. And thank you for your viewership as well. I know this is happening during another really big fighting game event, so the fact that you've come around just to watch some Plus R means a lot to us.
Yeah, Matcherino been an absolute godsend in the post-pandemic era for, so many events having to transition into online, and online play becoming a lot more viable because, thank you God, there's actually good netcode in fighting games now, and it took a while, but we got there. Matcherino's been great for actually letting players, still get rewarded for participating in events that in the past, would have just been, all right, well, here's a free tourney, enter if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And, to kill more time between our next match, I've talked about this quite a bit, but one of the things I really, really liked about how many people have picked up this game and decided to put, maybe even a little bit of time a week into playing it, is that I really feel like we can sort of reach what I think is the most wonderful place to be for old games, which is every now and then we get together, we play some freaking video games together, and we just enjoy the hell out of a video game one day, and then we play for fun here and there. And every now and then we get together, we get to play an awesome game. As we're going to get one coming up here, this should be a barn burner, T5 versus Joe Biden.
Yep. So yeah, again, 2 characters with fantastic buttons. Nice punish on the bandit, or the beta blade, but Joe Biden goes up, grips T5. There's the mix. Which way is it going to come? Nice chop there. Not able to get anything, not enough meter to cancel it. All right, that jump dust, very strong button.
Yeah. Oh,
got it.
I was going to say, great anti-air, but it's trying to basically keep Joe Biden in the corner here. However, first one to find the hit is running the loop right now. Got the gold burst.
All right.
Could have been scary.
Yeah, really scary. Tried to dead angle, got swatted out of it. Still has enough meter. Not quite enough to do Force Break Dragon Roar, which is one of the better Force Breaks in the game. Converts combos for Kliff very well. Wow, the hitbox. What traded stand jab?
I have no clue. I have to think because I didn't see that much animation.
Whoa!
What? What?
Wow.
How are you thinking about sniping from that angle? Hello?
Joe Biden reaching deep in the pocket. Oh, by the way, Chipp's forward punch, it's kind of good. Kind of a good button. Swats T5 out of the sky. You see how hard it is to punish the sway into the chop. And the problem with that move is that sometimes if Kliff does it, his back goes out on him, and then you're in trouble. It's one of the things that people thought made Kliff not good, is the randomness of that move. But in this case, Joe Biden doesn't care. I maybe can't punish the chop, but it doesn't matter. I'm in complete control. Joe Biden takes that one pretty convincingly over T5.
Yeah, it takes 2, and Joe Biden. That's why I like watching him. Like I don't know if I would have seen any other player do that.
Yeah, that was an amazing snipe. Like, and that's definitely a case of matchup knowledge. Kliff is one of those characters that, oddly enough, can actually play at the top of the screen a lot. Has a lot of tools to just super jump straight up and then be like, there's a hitbox coming down. I'm not going to tell you which one, but it's probably going to be really annoying for you to deal with. Joe Biden just says, nuts to all that. I'm just going to fly across the screen a million miles an hour and snipe you right here.
Yeah, really, like, it's the people who put in, like, you don't learn that sort of thing, like, on purpose, I think. That's one of those things you kind of learn through playing in the middle of a set and just going, what if I did this? And then it works. It's not one of those things, at least for me, I don't know. You might be a genius and lab those sort of stuff out. I think it's more likely that you cracked out on a bunch of games, put a ton of time into playing against other people, and came up with a really cool idea.
One of those forced innovations, right? Like, you keep seeing this situation, you're like, this situation sucks, and I don't like it. What do I do about it? Oh, wait, here's this thing I never use. This might be good for this. All right, so up next, gonna have heartwad taking on digital watches. This is an interesting match because it's 2 zoners. But it's not going to quite play like you would think 2 zoners are about to fight one another, right?
Yeah.
Very, Guilty Gear has a very unique take on zoning, especially +R. And if I recall, this is not a matchup that Justice particularly enjoys.
No, not very much. But however, like we were saying before, Axel's defensive options are specific, to say the least. So unless if Justice can get on top, there is some mid-screen pressure that is possible. However, we're seeing that it's mostly been DW to start.
Yeah, really nice trickery there from Watches. She used the FRC on the crossover, got a throw, but it's put back in the corner for a trouble. Nice call out on the high. Wow,
that was cool.
That was a great read. So Justices usually do not want to open with the high nuke because it offers so much screen real estate to try and escape. But heartwad, knowing Watches was going to tech high on the screen, says, "Yeah, I'll put that up there." Converts it all the way home for the first round. Right now, heartwad looking pretty clean.
There you go. Another corner situation for heartwad, but just backs up.
Yep. I like Watches just showing the threat of the the spike down. All right, stand punch. And right now, heartwad, you see throwing out that catch counter when Justice puts her tail up like that. If you throw a move into that, she will counter you. And again, Axel has hitboxes far on the end of his normals. That would, in fact, work. But watch, it's going to get a full conversion here. Went for a reset, gets a cross up. FRC Resin. All right, waiting it out. Waits the Michael Sword. Very nice. Nice anti-air. Not able to finish quite yet. All right.
Empty jump.
Throw. Yeah.
Lot of meter on the side, though. Yeah.
Nice use of the force break. Really, really good choice there. Nice, safe option to try and chip out the round. And there's that counter. All right. Oh, it doesn't get the combo, though.
There's my counter.
Says, I've got one of those, too.
Yeah, one of like the really like long list of defensive options, but that's the one you got to use right there.
Yeah, that is a frame one auto guard style counter that Axel has, and it's very powerful if you can use it correctly. Also has a super it can go into for really good trades.
Oh, I love the mix-up.
Yeah, heartwad into the corner. Nice forward punch to get out, but gets put back in the corner.
Pick it up!
Hits with the force break. All right, picks it up. Oh, that's a rough drop. You don't want to lose that. All right, heartwad catches. All right, Michael Sword doing its job. We got nukes. Wow, watches just throws the unblockable the whole way. What a read.
Yeah, just expected more than one nuke, and that's not something actually the heartwad's been doing all that often. It's usually been one nuke, move forward, one nuke, do something else. That was the first double nuke setup. And that was just a great snipe from DW.
Yeah, that's kind of the first thing most people learn when they play Justice, right? They learn it's like, oh, if I can get all three nukes set on the screen, then I control the universe, more or less, in almost all these matchups. But a lot of characters, and especially good players, know how to navigate that. They find ways to work around the obscene amount of screen control those nukes occupy. And right there you saw DW just says, oh, that's cute. I got a nuke too. It's really slow, but you got. And so I'm taking my W and moving on.
Yeah, really fun gameplay. I think it might have been slightly different if heartwad wasn't dropping a few combos. Surprisingly enough, the character does get to convert some pretty good damage into a knockdown. Usually the knockdown ends up into setting nuke moving forward sort of mix-ups, but never really got that sort of never really got that Oki that might have led to a slightly more damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what that makes Justice oddly kind of difficult to play is Justice is at her best when you know when it's time to transition from that pure space control into, okay, I have mix. It may not be the best mix in the game, but it's good enough to get the job done. So up next, gonna have Quash taking on Naj. So coins versus Warren, what do you like?
Warren's pretty darn good in this situation. There's a ton of delay in the travel time of the coin, but it does force the Testament to do something. If you're blocking the Warren afterwards, you're gonna get punished.
Yeah, this is a really good start, and this is what Quash likes to do. Likes to set up Johnny unblockables, but Naj says, I have an answer for that. It's called Warren. Gets the poison. Wow, what a conversion.
Yeah, wasn't able to fully get it there, but Warren Enjoyer Naj goes for one more, gets the poison, and we're going to do a full combo, trying to take as much time as possible.
All right, we're just going to end this. We're just going to end it right here.
Yeah.
This is what makes Testament so obscene in +R, right? Testament, when it comes to the ability to convert and to get combos into knockdowns, Testament is playing a different game than everyone else in +R. Testament can just convert innocuous hits into so much. Like that, there's a Warrant that almost turned into a full combo, but it didn't matter. ZXC Beast is right there. All right, nice counterpoke from... just as I was about to watch Quash go on offense. Never mind, we'll just have one Warrant. There you go. There's how you beat Warrant, right? You have to be willing to throw. Gonna try and set up that unblockable again. All right, this time...
Wait, what a mix-up!
Gets hooked up, going for a throw. Gravedigger doesn't fake the burst, though. All right, Quash with a little bit of life. There's a trade. And Gravedigger.
After, like, 90,000 warrants, the one time Quash was like, I'm going to let you do it.
And throw you, and he gets slapped.
He gets button pressed on.
Yep.
And that's if you're, let's say... I know there's a lot. I'm not talking to a lot of people in chat here, but if you're, let's say, newer to fighting games, that's one of the few things I feel like a lot of people don't get through their heads very quickly, is like, if you're making people afraid of your DP on wake up, then or your wake up option, I should say, in general, then you got to do something with that. That's not just a backdash and reset into neutral. For Najnu, that's a button press. It's my pressure now. It's because you didn't do anything.
Yep. Yeah, and it's one of those, like, you know, we're kind of talking tongue-in-cheek about the amount of warrant usage, right? But why would you ever stop doing it if your opponent's never going to punish you for it?
Yeah, I mean, it's second thing that beginner players really struggle to force into their head. If it's working, why not keep doing it?
If someone cannot pass your litmus test, don't give them an easy opt-out test for no reason. No, keep throwing the litmus test. Make them learn. All right, up next, Joe Biden versus Shadow Fox. Two highly mobile characters. I would say Chipp definitely has the advantage in overall buttons in this matchup. But obviously, once Order Soul has some special meter on deck, conversions are, So that was a pretty early burst, and that combo still did 35%.
Yeah, we're going for the mix-up.
Nice!
Hey! That was sick!
That was really good. Action charge FRC into the air DP. His forward punch, though. All right, yep, the mix. Joe Biden off the wall. Wow, no, very nice FRC. Can he convert all of this?
Is this dead?
Doesn't have?
No, not quite.
No spec. It was still at level 1 and did not leave. Snipes him with the super. Okay. Gonna have to fade this mix. Nope. Good luck. Good luck, my friend.
Oh, that feels so bad to get caught full screen on a backdash from Zanseroga. Like, it's just like, I just did this because I was trying to get some spacing, and I got sniped.
Yeah. And then you're like, all right, I'm still alive. I just have to fade this one mix-up. Yeah, you're fading that one mix-up from Chipp, so Godspeed, my friend. FRC teleport is a choice that was made in +R. Right now, Joe Biden with a decent life lead, but again, as Chipp, you're never truly comfortable with your life lead. All right, good job not getting caught by that FRC action charge again.
Try to mix it up.
Yep, tried to mix it up. Speaking of mix-up, Chipp just going every which way. Which way is it coming? Yep, it's in front of you. And should have enough to convert. Oh, drops it. Can Shadow Fox take advantage? No, we cannot, unfortunately. Joe Biden takes that one 2-0.
Yeah, a lot of really good stuff there. I think that catching that backdash. I mean, obviously, like, you know, he did the Zanseroga on purpose. Yeah. But you know.
Well, and as we said, you know, Shadow Fox a hit away from closing out that first round, but that is always the caveat to playing a resource management character like Order Soul, right? Like, if he had any level 2 or any extra meter up there, he can convert that, finish it, take the round, but just barely ran out of resources. Didn't quite have enough to get the killing shot, and Joe Biden took extreme advantage. All right, I'm not gonna lie. This is one I've been waiting for a little bit. I want to see warrant versus special moves.
Yeah, if you're a card game player, this is aggro versus control, and this is you know, depending on the meta, one wins over the other, but it's always a clash of styles.
Yeah, no, this will be very interesting. Is like you said, Soul's special moves are highly mobile. Wow, what a stare down to open it up. Does Fafnir, which is minus 2 billion on block. Naj warrants and gets command grab for his trouble. I don't care what happens the rest of this match. We've already got a winner.
Oh, man.
Just incredible.
All right, here we go. RC, nice warrant.
And you saw he tried to ride stamp out of it. There we go.
What a combo.
RS. Yep.
Pick it up.
Jump looking for a warrant. Yep, nice. Earns the burst. All right. Nice throw on that. And yep, we got those combos. Full conversion. Oh, a little bit of a hesitation there. Might have missed an input. All right, Grand Viper. RS is back in. Oh, doesn't get the clean hit. But we don't get a tech because we're setting up an air throw reset.
Yeah, that was really weird, but unfortunately, didn't get the knockdown. Got the throw afterwards.
Wow. The throw behind the tree. I wonder if we might have gotten just like a smidgen of rollback or something.
Very
There were
possible.
some odd pauses in moments where both these players usually converge. So, all right, Riot Stamp. You know what? If you trade with the EXE Beast and Testament doesn't get to combo you, that's a win for you. But
Absolutely.
RS is right back in the corner. Yep, gets gripped, and now the big tree is planted because Testament gets one for an air throw. And there it is. Yep, that is a no-fly zone anymore. Ooh. Wow, the slash back attempt. Yep, EXE Beast cares not for your Riot Stomp.
Yeah, I thought that the burst was actually to not get comboed into the tree. And so I was like, okay, I get it. You're not getting comboed into the tree. You're bursting, so you keep the corner. There's good things. I like to say when you're bursting, unless it's a very dire situation, you want to burst for more than one reason. You don't want to burst just because you're getting comboed. You don't want to burst just because you're getting hit for a lot of damage. Or you don't want to burst just for positioning. You want to burst for more than one thing. And that is the evolution of you bursting effectively. And that's what I thought that was right there. And then he just unfortunately forgot that there is this big dumb tree that doesn't go away on hit. And
it's really easy to forget because like if you get hit by Master of Puppets, the key super, right? Like it's like, all right, there are big trees and big nets in my future. Like they are happening. But a lot of times you get air thrown and you're trying to parse out, all right, what's Testament going to do for the Oki? What do I got to do? And you forget that an air throw rewards them with one of those big tree or net, Testament's choice to use. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the tree because the big tree is just busted.
It's good.
Like, for lack of a better word, it is a busted tool. It OTGs, it poisons, it covers an obscene amount of space. It does not go away on hit or block. Just a very, very powerful tool for Testament to have in their back pocket. So, and all right. So a quick update for everyone. Joe Biden has to dip out a little early, so we're going to get the rest of his matches out of the way here. So you get the rest of the Joe Biden show before we move back onto the basic round robin format. So we're going to have Quash versus Joe Biden. Johnny Chipp, another classic old school Guilty Gear matchup. One hits hard, one is really speedy. This is one of those that, honestly, I don't think Johnny minds all that much because Johnny is really good at sniping random things and turning it into gigantic damage. You have to be on point to do it. But once you get that coin, Johnny can definitely party with Chipp Flight Bar.
Yeah, Johnny has this one benefit that a lot of characters don't have, which I call Tall Boy 5P, which is just the ability to snipe air dashes out with just simply 5P. You don't have to do a dedicated anti-air button, and it's really nice and stuff like that in matchups like this.
Yep. All right, Joe opts to use his burst there. Wow, tech on the air grab, very nice. Wow, there's that Alpha Blade FRC again.
Loading it up.
Yep. So Chipp, the first time Chipp alternates the shurikens. One will be the very slow and low one. The other one is incredibly fast.
Oop.
Nice catch. Yep. Jump heavy. Where's the mix? Nice backdash. There's another Johnny privilege for you, but he drops the combo. All right, there's a conversion.
There it is.
He could out of it, and there it is. All right, Quash.
Yeah.
It's round 1.
Despite the drop, which would have been heartbreaking because this character does a fantastic amount of damage, Quash was able to find that cleanup.
Yeah, Johnny is extremely good at closing out life bars from large ranges because his combos do a ton of damage, but don't do a ton of hits to get there.
Set up.
The scaling is really good. Yep, smart there by Joe Biden. Opts to DP out. And regular Beta Blade also has an FRC on it, so even if you bait it, it's not easy to punish. Oh, trades on the forward punch. That's brutal.
I actually struggle with that too, like just learning to double tap your anti-air buttons just in case they clash. Oh!
Joe Biden is bringing the filthy mix right now. Quad getting the breathing room. Ooh, grabs him with the FRC. All right, counter poke down forward heavy. Gold burst.
Zansei Rogue!
Hit again? Yes. Yep.
Don't.
Oh no!
He was being cheeky.
Oh,
was being cheeky.
Someone played with their food.
Oh,
Someone played with their food, and then they might have choked on the last bite. Oof. Oof, ouch.
You can't stay in the lab that long. Sometimes you gotta get out, go get some fresh air, go take a lap around, go see the sights, play your life without playing 100 meter, because once you see that gold bar, lights start flashing in your eyes.
We need to have 100 meters anonymous for Guilty Gear players. It's a real problem.
It's a big problem.
I mean, I guess in fairness, where was the agent telling the president to get down? Someone missed assignment. Someone absolutely missed assignment today.
Oh no, Mr. President pushed back Secret Service and said, "Nah, I got this."
Narrator, got this. All right, have a little bit of a delay there to start. All right, Joe Biden versus Heartwad. Chipp, Justice. This is another matchup. Justice is not particularly.
Yeah.
Highly mobile characters that can move around her control. Can be different problems, but this is talk about all of it, and then some. Oh, but gripped in the corner. That is not where Justice wants to be. This is gonna have to be patient. Gets caught. All right.
Nice.
I like he doesn't go for the air throw reset. Just wanted to keep Heartwad in the corner. Yep. Leaf grab. Where's the mix? There it is. Wow, nice block on the FRC, even if it wasn't intentional. But there's another one. And this is where Justice has a problem, right? Like, Justice have a true reversal without meter. All right, here we go. It's a grip. See if Heartwad can make the most of this. Yep, Michael Sword FRC. Yep, that same reset. Not able to convert. All right, the mix with the nuke.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was plus, but...
yeah. Oh, nice poke there with the jump.
And the trade.
Yep, that'll do it. All right, Heartwad. Able to run that all the way back. Very nice. Good conversions there. Wow, nice conversion on the RS. But Tech Michael Sword, one of those things you have to lab out against Justice players. If you don't know how to deal with Tech Michael Sword, it will swat you out of approaches.
Yeah.
Right, Joe Biden opts to burst there. Gets the air grab. Where's the mix? Yep. Not able to get the full conversion, but we cross up again. Way up in the corner. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. We caught back up. Everything's good. Another air grab. Joe Biden. Okay, Heartwad able to block this time, but Jump D does what Jump D does best. How? What do you want me to commentate? What do you want me to say?
Just dying by a million paper cuts. It's its character, and even if as a zoner, this character wants to have some space between you, like not even if it's just like one or nuke, they don't necessarily always want to be full screen. This character just never lets that happen.
Nope. I'm coming into your house and I'm not leaving. What I want is
All right, pick it up.
All right, nice conversion.
Oh,
let's go.
The side swap Michael Sword's so cool.
That's really good. All right, blocks the mix. Okay, definitely got a game right now for Heartwad. All right, Jump D. Yep, Jump D, a very privileged air normal. Swats things out of the sky. All right, I like the FRC nuke. Accidentally lets go though. Probably didn't want to do that. All right, trying to swat Joe Biden out of the sky with that Michael Sword. Yep, teleport FRC gets Chipp back in. Chips in again. Look for an air re-grab. Couldn't get it. Go. Just again, Joe going back to that same strategy. Just like, I'm just going to jump around, get my poke, jump around, get another poke. But not this time. Heartwad catches and converts in Heartwad.
Yeah,
I believe that's our first set of back-to-back wins for Team Quash, actually.
Yeah, it is, and that was actually a really good sequence from Heartwad towards the end there. We got the block in the air. The block in the air caused Joe Biden to stay in the air a little bit longer because of block stun. Heartwad was the first to land. We got the anti-air, and Joe was not faultless defensing because it was an air-to-air sequence until it wasn't, and just really good awareness there. Great conversion.
Yeah. Yeah, and we saw there that time Heartwad able to convert those hits into maximum damage and a knockdown. And like we said in the past matchup, Justice has to be able to do that. You got to be able to convert your hits. So,
yeah,
very nice,
dude.
Very nice.
That was a lot of really cool stuff from Heartwad there. We got the double relaunch combo. We got the side swap, Michael Sword, all of that stuff. Just
all the good Justice tech.
Usually we reserve that sort of ingenuity for the grappler players, because they just traditionally have to play a play style that will be not favorable in a lot of situations. But we really see it that the Justice players have put in that sort of similar amount of work, that they can beat bad matchups with a lot of ingenuity and a little bit of extra knowledge in the lab.
So I'm going to be real curious to watch this matchup, because Millia obviously is extremely good at occupying airspace. She makes a lot of her bread and butter in the air. But Kliff also really good at just swatting things. But right now, Blitz doing what Blitz does, putting on the Millia mix. TTT gets first. All right. Gets a little bit of breathing room. See if he can start some offense here. All right, catch. Not able to combo. That was a great rolling conversion. Holy hell. Blitz. Why you gotta make us all look bad at our conversions? Why you do this?
Yeah, that was just really, really good awareness that he was going to be under low enough to get underneath drill.
Yep. All right, hairpin, gonna get the convert. Yep. We got those because Kliff has a very light gravity. Nice chop to get out of the mix.
What?
Sets in the air grab. What? Gold burst. Tried to do it again. Gets thrown. And that's the downside of the chop, right? Characters that are very fast and utilize throws well have the tool to go beat the dodge into the chop.
Oh no, my back
goes out! On the dust, impossible dust. We've got those. Blitz just got a kill. Oh, drops it.
Testament.
Yep.
Get my Humera.
Yep. Yeah. And okay, so that looked awful lopsided, but the thing to remember is that's one of those matchups where it is not over until Kliff is dead. Like, Kliff is the exact type of character that hits Millia with one counter hit, and she goes, "Where did my life bar go?" But Blitz did a great job of taking all the options that get around Kliff's defensive options, because Kliff's defensive options are really unorthodox in terms of Guilty Gear. You do not typically see characters with the ability to do a stand dodge as a defensive option. And obviously, as we mentioned, it comes with a big asterisk behind it, because every once in a while, Kliff's back goes, "Hey, I'm old." And technically, he's dead, but we don't worry about that for fighting games, because lol, fighting game lore. If that back goes out at the wrong time, not only do you not get to dodge, you're getting counter hit, and that's not very fun for Kliff.
Yep. Old man mechanics that would be the detriment. But yeah, you're totally right. And actually what we saw is a lot of foregoing of the Oki worry from Blitz at all. And that might be them playing quite a bit. A lot of the top level +R players actually get games with each other quite often.
Yes.
And so we might have seen maybe some play off of some previous matches. But what we saw actually is a lot of set disc, air dash back and forth, just let the disc do the work and not even have to worry on whether you're going to have to deal with sway or not.
Yeah. Force the Kliff to do some kind of hero play where he jumps straight up and swats you kind of thing, which is not easy to do if the disc is placed properly, because Kliff does not have a fast jump startup.
Getting into Axel versus Johnny. I like this matchup quite a bit. It's definitely like a dichotomy of playstyle. And but I do think that Axel gives Johnny a little bit of problems because just the neutral's so good. He can match the damage. However, once we get on top, the stagger pressure is so difficult for Axel.
Yeah, absolutely. Axels kind of have to either hold the pressure or pick a spot that they want to try and use that one-frame counter on. And it's a very good counter, but it can be accounted for. And if Johnny baits something like that, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, gets hit right there. Wasn't able to get the full conversion.
Yeah, that's kind of a big drop. That was a round for Quash waiting to happen. He tries the gold burst, maintain momentum. Now the gold burst is gone. All right, text back forward. Might have enough here. Oh, it drops. All right. DW with a little bit extra life. See what she can do with it. All right, Axel Bomber. Oh, it drops. Yep, Johnny has a very odd air hitbox for a character as big as he is, and stuff like that can drop after long combos, and sure enough, that one bites DW a little bit. So Quash takes round one.
And Senga
for the overhead.
Very nice.
Wow, calls out the counter. Nice grab. Very smart. Doesn't get the Inkasu, though, so DW able to escape. Yep, we got Effersy. Looking for combo cross-up.
Yeah, instant Air Force break Kokugeki. That was pretty cool.
That is a DW classic I've seen a lot. Go up, do jump punch into the reset, dare you to tech, and then get anti-aired for your trouble. Nice chase down with jump S.
Yeah.
Really nice by DW there.
Really like the DW. Basically spent the entire time.
Run up and DP your coin. I will have none of that. Your cryptocurrency's no good here, Johnny.
Johnny coin stock plummeting, but doing his best to save the coin as best as he can with this corner pressure. However, got out of the corner with the catch counter.
Yep, and there we were talking about one frame counter. You got to pick your spots, able to get some breathing room. But right back in the corner, still no Nkasu. Got to be able to hit those. Going back in, trying to get fancy. All right, gets caught by level 2 misfire. That's gonna hurt. All right, W still alive though. Ooh, the counter punch. Renson and coin trade. Oh, not able to bait the burst. Does bait the super. That's doesn't get the full punish though. Nice block on the dust. Don't stand jab.
Super duper good. That was actually the most incredible awareness there is that the IAD into super just baiting the anti-air from DW. It looked so sweet. The 2S just looked perfect for the situation. Yep. DW stayed resolved, knew it was going to happen. That block was critical to winning that game.
Yeah, really, really good read there from DW. Because, I mean, Johnny's really good at that, though, right? Johnny is very good at coming right down on your dome and daring you to anti-air him. Because things like jump heavy is not a terribly easy button to anti-air, and then he has the air super in the back pocket that, you know, every once in a while, especially if it's a round closeout, is a great way to catch someone sleeping and just trying to, you know, protect their dome. But DW, like you said, stayed resolute there. She picks up that win.
Yeah,
really, really good example of the Johnny Axel matchup there. It's a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I really like. I mean, we talked about this quite a bit. Maybe not on this stream or on other streams or with other people, and really just saying that like DW has really shown how strong this character is. And,
absolutely.
Basically, it's. I mean, there are a few good Axel players, but it is really that. She's been playing this character for like a decade and a half now or some nonsense like that. And she's the best at it. That's all you can say.
Yeah, and Axel occupies a really interesting spot in Plus R, right? Like, clearly a strong character. I don't think anybody debates that Axel is a very powerful character in Plus R. Axel always had kind of similar matchup issues almost in every game, regardless of how strong he is. And that's tends to struggle with pixies, high mobility characters with suffocating offense that can get on top of him and run their game. But the interesting part about Plus R is that Axel is exceptionally good at fighting the toppest of the top tiers in this game, and not a lot of characters can say that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of characters that I can look at and be like, yeah, you fight top 3 not terribly, and there's like top 3 is not like all 3 characters play the same way. It's top 3 characters are all very different, and she does he does pretty well versus them. So love watching DW play, and we're moving on. We got Shadow Fox versus Blitz coming up.
Yep. All right, so again, you know, Blitz gonna look to control, get game flow, play Millia. You know, you want knockdown and mix up. You don't wanna try and slug it out with Order Soul by any stretch of the imagination. Great space control there. Knew that Shadow Fox would try and jump out. Shadow Fox opts to burst, run up DP, get a little breathing room. He's on level 2, so he's got some resources to work with if he can score a hit. Nice little bit of charge. All right, there we go. Gets the action charge. Now we got level 2.
Oh, no.
The burst.
Oh, no.
Right, this is gonna hurt.
My blood. Give me back my blood.
Oh, Turbo falls right into a gun blaze. Shadow Fox suddenly with a 70% life lead. Secret Guardian, though, does not care about your life lead. Oh my god, what a conversion. Yep, the mix-up. Probably not going to have enough here, but one more. Where's the mix-up? Dead angle, there it is. Yep. And gun blaze.
I won that, but I'm so mad.
Right? And you saw it. Gunblaze hit there. You saw Blitz tap FD. If you use Faultless Defense, there is a level of cross-up protection in Plus R. If you use Faultless Defense, it immediately goes. And so that Gunblade is able to close out round 1 for Shadow Fox. You see him trying to scroll the screen to keep the hairpin off of it. Wow. Bit of an ill-advised burst there. Now Shadow Fox is going to have to...
I totally feel you. That feels so bad.
Yep. It seemed like a safe place to do it, but wow, Blitz going for the big combos. All right. That angles out, trying to chase down. Nice Iron Saber to avoid the... Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Almost.
Oh, he went for the double dust loop. That definitely could have converted into a lot, but he was trying to get his... All right, nice punish on the roll, though. Shadow Fox. All right, Gunblaze again. He's going for it again. Says, I don't care. I won't drop it this time. Got the first part. Didn't get the rest of the conversion. Roll, kick.
Yeah, the very, very ballsy roll there too as well, because that could have just been button in your face, and instead it was a great read.
Millia just is a Dark Souls character on defense. Just, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to roll. Roll, hit a button, and win. Not this time, though. That roll gets punished on the startup, but the hairpin, the best get-in tool in Guilty Gear history. All right, blocks the Gunblaze. Doesn't block the third one, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, wasn't able to get the pickup. Yeah, and we're gonna get the charge up. All right, danger time.
Yep. Wow, nice counter poke there to get a little bit of space. Iron Savior. Blitz's use of Iron Savior in these games has been really good. Ooh, Fafnir counter hit. Drops the... Shadow Fox has had so many chances to delete large portions of Blitz's life bar and just not quite getting the conversions. All right, catching the jump heavy. Nice anti-air. Doesn't bait the burst, though.
Oh, we got a chance. There's a chance.
Jump punch.
Nice. Got the A.B.A in the air and just fell down with punches. And
yeah, Order Soul's jump punch, incredibly good button.
Yep. About as good as normal Souls. Not quite, but it's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, and combined with the KOF style short hop jump that Order Soul has access to makes it a very, very powerful button. But that move has a hitbox that you don't think it would have at all. It will stuff things it has no business stuffing. But yeah, that was nice poise there from Shadow Fox. Dropped quite a few conversions there and still able to clutch it out and get the job done.
Yeah, we're talking about, there is... Give a little bit of credit to Shadow Fox in terms of the dropped combos. Millia as a character that is approaching you from crazy angles and from weird places. There's ways to fix up your combos, but it's not always going to be perfect. Guilty Gear is not a very... It's not a very consistent game because of all of the numbers underneath the hood.
Order Soul especially, like Order Soul wants you low and horizontal. Like that's where his juiciest combos connect. And Order Soul actually can have a lot of issues with that. Up next, Naj versus Heartwad. This is one of those matchups you're like, well, Testament tries to control the screen, and Justice does that too. This should be interesting. There's one problem with what Justice wants to do, and that's that Justice doesn't have EXE beat, and Testament does. And it's going to do a lot of work if if Justice ever tries to set a nuke.
Yeah, the problem is that like Testament has like 2 ways to hit you from your butt, so it's like a character that sort of is all forward-facing zoning just gets kind of, it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, and right now, just kind of getting mauled. And EXEB says, "That's a cool laser sword you got." Chomp.
That sucks, man.
Unfazed. Isn't it cool how you can't interact with EXE Beast in any way whatsoever other than blocking or getting hit by it?
It's never been a problem. Oh, wait.
No, not at all. Not at all. But Heartwad...
Oh, almost done.
Just... before we can even blink, just deleting.
Not even gonna matter. It's not even gonna matter. That's a green life bar on Justice's side. Wow.
Heartwad's like, can't get hit by EXE Beast if I don't let you do anything, forehead. Alright, nice poke with the forward heavy. Yep, beats the low. Comes the mix. Which way is it? It's going that way. Gotta get the conversion. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. One hit again. Master of Puppets. And now this is big problems.
Coast to coast. And we're back in the corner from the other corner.
Nice air grab. Wow, tried to OTG into the tree. Almost got it. Alright. That was a Scary burst, be able to get. All right. Nope.
Yeah.
There's always one more. There's always one more. You thought the trees and the webs were gone? Shame on you. You didn't pay attention to that area off screen way over there that you forgot ever existed. And Naj closes it out. There is nothing more frustrating than being like, all right, Master of Puppets got hit by it. I got hit by the other stuff, but I'm not dead. I'm still in the fight. We're good. And then you go all the way over the other end of the screen, and all of a sudden it's Arbor Day and you're poisoned.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I see some people in the chat talking, like, is this an all or nothing matchup? Like, sort of yes and no. I have to say, like, on Testament's side, for the most part, one knockdown is maybe gonna mean death for you because it is a huge character, and you're gonna get multiple mix-ups on a character that doesn't have a sort of one frame invincible reversal that will get you out of a bad situation sort of thing. On the other side, it did look like that for Justice, but it's not. Heartwad's just awesome and played a super duper good round and outplayed Naj multiple times in order to get that.
Yeah, and like we said, outside of Warrant, Testament does not have good defensive tools. Actually, a very, very weak character defensively. Testament's buttons are not super fast, nor do they have the kind of hitboxes or startups that you look to interrupt with. Like, Testament has like one legit interrupt button for the most part when you're up close to him or up close to them, and that's crouching heavy, and that's a very slow startup move.
Yeah.
So if you are accounting for Warrant and Testaments can't just warrant with impunity, they're kind of stuck and have to hold your pressure until they get a chance to get out. The one exception can be, EX Gravedigger is very fast and has kind of invulnerability. It's kind of hard to explain how that works. It doesn't really have invulnerability, but it has a hitbox that works in a way that you're probably going to get swatted.
It moves weird, so
yes.
it functions in that way. It's not numbers, it's more hitboxes.
Yep. So up next, gonna have Mole taking on Heartwad. So this is the one matchup that, regardless of how much A.B.A. has evolved, and as we said, it's a lot, this is not fun. This character does not have a fun time fighting Justice.
Yeah, we finally get to see the character actually plays kind of like she's designed.
Yes. All right. Wow, Heartwad went right up into Donzai range. Kind of an interesting choice there, but at the end of the day, has done so much damage already. Mole's gonna have a hard time running this all the way back. All right, there's a chance. Into the grab. All right, now it begins.
So you're really looking for that 50% meter here. If he has an opportunity to get into Goku and keep the pressure up, there is a chance. There is a chance, but it's all about the meter here.
Yep. All right. So let's counter hit. That's going to be a lot.
That's the meter. That's the 50%.
Yep.
Set up into Goku.
Yep, into the unblockable into Goku, and this is dead. You're dead.
God, that is just one of the awesome things about Mole. It's just, there's never say die. There's always an opportunity.
Yep. And Heartwad honestly went right up into Donzai range when probably didn't need to. And gave Mole one breathing room, and that is the thing. Even though this matchup is not fun for A.B.A. at all she needs one. That's all it takes. Moroha into Goku Moroha is problems for anybody. As you like to say, like commentary part, grabs the burst. Once you're on the ground, you're just like the rest.
Ooh. Yep. You thought you were going to reset? No, thank you. Ooh.
Yeah. Wow, nice backdash, but a trade.
What?
You take that. You absolutely take that as Heartwad. That's a huge victory.
Would have never guessed that when it's in Justice's favor.
Yeah. Crouching Heavy has a wild hitbox on it, but yep, here we go. Goku Moroha combos, they hurt. He's got meter on deck. This got enough? Force break
no way. No way.
Yep.
Oh my. What? That was such a good combo. Mole knew it. It's not going to be about how hard. It's going to be about how many, and just found the way to put the most amount of hits into the combo. Just trying to really slam against that scaling and found the last possible hit needed for that. That was so cool.
That's the other interesting thing about Goku Moroha is A.B.A is shockingly good at closing out life bars like that, because those FRC orb combos, those do such good scaling and do so much damage. And then A.B.A, even at the end of combos, you hit someone with Force Break Donzai, they don't get to tech. Like, it's Force Break Donzai. They don't care. And so I'm just like, cool, I'm just going to jump up and go jump punch you for the last bit of this life bar, because even if it's only doing 1 damage, if you hit him 11 times, tacking on 10, 11 damage at the end of combo can close out a life bar.
Yeah, and if you don't know how scaling works, for the most part, there's you can just call it like a minimum amount of damage, most damage done, like as in like an OTG, or when you hit the very end of the scaling, will do exactly 1 damage. So that, like, very early on, when we saw Joe Biden actually put the Rambu super on at the end to sort of get, like, I think it was like 29, around 30 hits, that was all just like, that was a straight 30 extra damage that was put onto the combo. So when you're getting into combos like that and you're seeing the last end of the bar, it's trying its best to forego guts in order for you to sort of just hit that last bit of damage that is possible that you can get out of your combo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those things that's really important to learn, because guts is a very powerful mechanic in Guilty Gear. You know, characters with high guts become that much harder to kill, so knowing how to maximize minimum scaling on the end of combos, especially if you can do things like OTG with a few crouching jabs or something like that, is a very important thing to learn, because you would be shocked how often and how easy it is to have a combo come up just short and leave that magic pixel on the table. And obviously a game like Guilty Gear, especially Plus R, where damage can be very high very quickly, you don't want to leave someone with a magic pixel.
Yeah, many of the characters have the ability to really sort of steamroll in one way or another, and secondarily as well, it's just that players are good enough to do that, even if the tools don't entirely fit that sort of play style. Just the ability to consider all defensive options, all your offensive options, recognize what's possible in these situations based off of health, meter, screen positioning, and this is the sort of accumulation of a lot of people who've been playing this game since AC, so legit plus 15 years. Yeah, Plus R is a new patch, but for the most part, a lot of those characters play exactly the same, maybe just with different tools. So a lot of people are putting a lot of their, I mean, at least for me, it's more than half my life. Right. So it's like, you know, that's people are just gotten that good. That's the only way to put it.
Yeah, it's really cool to see every drop of blood squeezed out of the rock, right? And that's how a lot of people have managed to do this game. We talked about characters evolving. We talked about the base, like, strength of the player base is so high compared to where it was even just 2 years ago that it's wild. And it's amazing what happens when you give a game real netcode and let people play it all the time with different people from all around the world. Yep. You get stuff like this, a Kliff that is currently mauling arguably the best character in the game in Testament.
I'm going to tell you that if I think there's any player predispositioned to deal with Warrant well on Quash's team, it's T5. He's just so smart. Just always recognizing that that's a problem for the character.
Yep. There's the mix, though, and that poison. That poison does so much extra damage. The thing that makes poison scary, it has no impact on scaling at all. So combos don't suddenly do less damage just because you've got a DOT on you, and yeah, just like that. Alright, so 1-1. Alright, nice. T5 gets the conversion.
He tried to murder him!
Yep, absolutely. He was trying to gold burst into the instant kill. Anything, but still has the corner and has a full life bar. Yep, that's the scary part of that air dash mix-up, right? Like, it's not just the fuzzy high-low stuff. Kliff can just cut things short and throw you. And Kliff is real good at converting off throw, but speaking conversions, Naj has the corner. Super? Okay, you'll take that out. Oh, wow.
What?
That was gross.
Are you kidding? I never thought you could do something like that.
No, absolutely. No, the back! No! Oh, all right. Gets the punish, though. Has enough?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't need no Bengay.
Yeah, the terror into that. Never mind, I'm fine. Just kidding. Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Dude, I wanted. There's so much to talk about in that set. That was that game. That was so cool. T5 playing that first round almost expertly. I don't know if you could say it could be played better. The second round, Naj's incredible routing off of the air hit, hold EXEBs for as long as possible into the perfect combo. T5 really showing how you play against Warrant and how you show somebody that, you know, Warrant's not a free thing, but you still see that, you know, Naj did find places here and there for that Warrant to work out well for them. So I mean, just woof, gosh, just really good play from both sides.
Yeah, and T5 putting on a really good display of one of those big evolutions in Kliff's playstyle, that reset of pressure with instant air dash. A lot of Kliffs used to focus on doing the basic jump pressure once they get to the corner, because they want to try and do the fuzzy style mix-up, right?
Yeah.
You know, the double jump, you do an extra move, someone accidentally taps down, they get hit, opened up, and those are big conversions for Kliff. Once people realize how good Kliff is at just IEDing to continue pressure, it's really hard to swat that old man out of his IED.
Yeah, because
especially if you've just blocked something.
It's not like, unless it's like Axel or something like that, you're not used to a character pressing a button that early in the air.
No, not at all. Not at all. Speaking of Axel, we have BW back on the deck here, taking on RS. Nice burst bait from RS. Oh, but we're gonna get a. That was a burst bait. I have to believe that was a burst bait.
Yeah, that was the burst bait worked out pretty well. I think they missed the ID afterwards, and then unfortunately wasn't able to get the full combo there. But positioning,
nice counter on the right stomp.
Now in DW's favor, has the ability to really make ORS approach her, but found the hit, almost got the full conversion.
Yep, not enough there. No FRC on the Resin. All right. Wow, tried to low profile right stomp. Gets bopped for the trouble. And RS takes round one. Wow. Not the poke I was expecting to hit in the way it did, but unfortunately it didn't really work out because DW is getting sidewindered. All of them.
Yeah, RS actually put a lot of work early on into +R, finding those optimal Sidewinder loops. So they're hard. You'll see all Soul players drop them, but RS does know all of them.
Yes. Nice conversion here from DW, though. That's maximum damage. DW just looking for something to deal with Riot Stomp.
Yeah!
Nice
that was sick!
And Dragon Assault runs out. Oh, DW tried to burst to punish it. Wasn't fast enough.
Oh, got the punish!
Yeah, that was smart.
No clean hit, though, so wasn't able to get the combo, but finds the hit afterwards. Oh, that was so cool from DW, because DW got the counter on a move you legit never see.
Yes.
So keeping it in mind, what the heck?
Yeah. It's so hard because, you know, a lot of people think of Axel as this zoner space control character, and he definitely plays that way, right? But Axel is a proactive space control character. You're trying to occupy space before they get there. You're trying to convince them to run into the chain and counter hit, right? But playing proactively against a player like RS is often very much to your detriment. Like, you sometimes just have to go, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait until you extend too far, and then I'll take my turn. Take my punish. But that's hard to do. That's so against your intuition in so many situations, especially for a character like Axel.
Really quick, just before we get this one started, because it's going to get started in a second, I haven't mentioned it in a second, a lot of people have come together to put on a really fun exhibition. I'm enjoying it as much as I love +R dearly. So if you have a second, hit up the match arena really quick, throw in that free couple of cents. You can by just logging in and pressing the contribution button. It goes to the players who put their a little bit of time in on the side of the Sunday to have some cool games. Appreciate it.
All right. So we have T5 versus Mole, and this is another matchup I know T5 has done a lot of labbing. Along with Hano, Kliff players have been trying to science out this matchup quite a bit. And from what I have heard and seen, this is actually becoming a matchup Kliff doesn't mind too much.
Really?
He has a lot of ways to kind of limit A.B.A's options. But just like everyone else, once Moroha is on, it's on. Those options become much more difficult to stifle. Ooh. Wow, slashback attempt there from Mole. Nice conversion. I like it. He tried to murder him. Look at the breath.
That was two people thinking on the same wavelengths in different universes.
If you would like a clinic on how to burst in +R, don't watch this match. Or do, because somehow it's worked out all the way. All right, Mole's out. Doesn't get much life back because of how much is... Wow, force break, Dragon Work. Not a full punish from Mole. Gets the air grab, though. Ah, the cross up. Yep. All right, Mole takes round one. Back and forth. Some absolute nonsense going on both sides there. Mole able to come out ahead. Donzai wins out there. T5 says, nope, I'm going to burst now. Donzai again. Yep. You see T5 trying to set up that stand jab IAD pressure, but Donzai is the kind of move that says, no, I will have none of this. And now Moroha is on.
Ooh, this is scary. It's going to be one more touch.
No, wow, what a backdash. Oh, force break Donzai. This should close it out. And
no! Wait a minute.
Right. T5 has... He tried to do it again. I respect it. I respect him just going, no, that is too much life to get without dropping this. Let me just gold burst. An absolute, like, I believe, betting on yourself in the biggest way. Unfortunately, gold burst doesn't hit.
That's if it happened, that was GG's. So hey, why not? I like
absolutely.
the idea. I like the idea for sure. I said the half a thing in chat, but I don't want to say it, you know, in the off comms, so it's on VOD and everybody can know it. Man, T5's so much fun to watch. I can't believe a player this good has only been playing for like a year and a half, 2 years now, or something like that. Oh, they are one of my favorite players to watch. I've been playing this game for 15 years. I still suck. But man, do I love watching some good-ass Guilty Gear.
Don't listen to Sammy. He's good. Yeah, agreed. T5 is really fun. And again, like, clearly those two have played a solid amount.
Absolutely.
Because you saw Mole just doing Donzai in situations where that's kind of a risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that T5 definitely looks to do those IED pressures, I mean, can you ask for a better way to shut that down than a, DP-style move that has two gigantic hits?
Yeah, I mean, for a character, and the thing is that about that move is that, like, you're already sort of, like, in the effective range of where Kliff wants to be to start all of that. So, like, it's kind of hard to even punish it unless it, like, completely whiffs.
Yeah, it's really hard to do.
And so a lot of the times it's like if you get a whiff of it being in Donzai range, you might as well let it rip sometimes.
Absolutely. All right, so we have DW taking on Shadow Fox.
Ooh, that's the first unblockable reset we've seen out of DW.
Yeah. Wow, goes up. It's the jump heavy. Not able to convert much there. Right now, Shadow Fox needs to get special built up a little bit. Doesn't have a lot of the special meter built up. And DW converting into Axle Bombers. Baits a burst. Shadow Fox was trying to bet big on a potential comeback. It does not pay off. And DW going to have a commanding lead after that first round.
Yep. You wouldn't expect it from, sort of zoner characters, but Axel does quite a bit of damage. It just means that if you're not in the corner, you need meter, and if you're in the corner, you need good execution.
Yep. All right. DW gets hit by the counter hit, stand heavy, says, nah, I don't really want that. Wants to use her burst and gets the throw. Doesn't get the full throw combo, though. All right. Nice use of Gunblaze to get through. Nice backdash. Wow. That was clean. Axel has, backdashes in general are much stronger in older Guilty Gears like this, but Axel definitely does not have a backdash. So that was impressive, but double Gunblaze combo. DW just looking to get some space. Earn it, earns the corner. Wow, Fafnir to punish the down chain. That was sick.
Yeah, that was unexpected, but that was really
awareness.
Good. Yep.
Yeah, really, really good spatial awareness. All right. Yep. Wow, Shadow Fox not biting on the blockable thing. But, yep, run up. See if we get the throw combo this time. Yep. Wow, just saying, okay, if you don't want to tech, that's fine. I will take my free damage.
Yep. I should have said there is one other way Axel gets great damage. Is that's tech traps out of the air. So that's why you're seeing Shadow Fox not tech in the air like that.
All right. So Shadow Fox has level 3 and a lot of meter. Doesn't get the knockdown anymore. But
oh no, my blood.
That's a stun. That's rip. Yep. Fafnir. Shadow Fox takes it. Shadow Fox able to get in and make the most of the opportunities. Again, that punish on the down chain was impressive. That move is shockingly difficult to do anything about.
Yeah, I mean, super good. Like you said, and we've said it a few times actually. The top players in this game are experts at their characters, and so there's no better place to go than those players for matchup experience. And there's and it's one of those things actually that, like, Guilty Gear is a weird game in the sense that dedication to your character is probably far more rewarded than you picking up alternatives.
Yes. Because
the little minute things in the game are all or nothing, and they mean quite a bit more than you just playing a better matchup. Yeah. So you will see across the board a bunch of people who love their character, who've been playing them for decades and know ins and outs of those characters, and those are the best people to play against. So definitely the Shadow Fox and DW have played against each other, and you're just going to see evolution on evolution of what that matchup looks like.
Yep. So now we got RS taking on Mole. I mean, do you like bulldogs? We have them. There's going to be swinging. It will happen in this matchup. Guaranteed. And right now, RS doing all the swinging. Right now, not even letting Mole get into Moroha just yet. All right, yep. Nice anti-air. That was really good.
It looks kind of wacky, but the Riot Stomps are actually just trying to keep Mole on their toes, not trying to give him a free opportunity to blood pack in neutral, but found a nice hit, converted into the command grab, and that's how we're in Moroha.
Yep. All right. Zero hit, and there we go. We're in Moroha. We have the meters on deck, too. Goku Moroha is going to happen. All right. RS does bait it, but it doesn't matter because that's plus, baby, and you're dead.
Yeah. So there's, usually 2 or 3 ways to play against A.B.A. in terms of before they're in Moroha. One of them is to actually ask them to come to you, make them spend a bud pack, hopefully that you can navigate around it. The other one is just to keep the pressure up and never let them have the opportunity to do so.
All right. That's a big drop. That was the third knockdown that RS needed to force Moroha stun.
Yep.
Instead, T5 Mole able to break out. Gets wild thrown though. Ooh, tried to catch him with the forward heavy. Yep.
Tricky stuff.
We've seen that work multiple times today. The FRC Bandit Bringer into wild throw.
Weirdly enough, like it feels just way more comfortable for you to like IB it than to run under, stuff it out of the air, literally any other option that's probably more rewarding.
Right. All right. Well, Mole literally on the magic pixel, but that's a lot of meter for an A.B.A. Oh, drops the combo again. There's
yes.
Yep.
Yes. Why does this move have no scaling?
Did we mention that Goku Moroha is a really good install?
Super good. It's such a funny install. I don't know why like any install would work like that. I'm not gonna complain because I think it makes the character finally decent. But it's cool. It's something you gotta work around.
I mean, I remember that was the knock at the beginning of +R, right? A.B.A. lost double key grab combos, but Goku Moroha was better. And everybody's like, that is not an equitable trade.
Yeah.
And it turns out that you're right, but not for the reasons you thought it wasn't equitable.
Yeah, I mean, and it makes sense too. Like the original playstyle for A.B.A. in AC was like get in, get out, spend the blood, get the damage, get back out, spend a blood pack again, or maybe go for a command grab mix up of some sort and try to get the try to get back into Moroha a little bit more forcibly. Now it's all or nothing, and it's more times all than nothing, surprisingly.
I think it actually is a better synergistic style for that character. Like,
Yeah, me too.
Like, why would you not want to just spend maximum time in the mode where you're just better than basically every character in the game? You know?
Oh yeah, and if you find a way to get into Maroha via command grab instead of the opposite way, that means you get 2 tries at this stuff.
Yep. And I do believe we are on our finale here. Our 2 T captains taking on each other. Blitz taking on Quash. Another classic old school Guilty Gear matchup. Johnny versus Millia. This has been something you've seen in a lot of versions of the game. Both characters have been good in a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean, even when the character was bad, people just love playing Johnny, so...
Absolutely. Right
been
now,
here.
Blitz in full control. We have Johnny combos. We sure do. Nice block, but that's always the caveat, right? Like, someone blocks a Millia mix-up, and you're like, man, great defense, and before you even get the defense out of your mouth, the second mix-up happened, and you're like, oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only give you so much praise for blocking overheads when it doesn't actually lead to a punish.
Yeah. Wow, the maximum delay pin there.
Convert?
Almost. Close, yeah. Blitz able to earn the burst and roll throw. That's how we do it. It's been working for 20 years. Went for the dust and get it out of range. Nice poke there, stand punch. All right, force break, discontinue pressure, tick grab. All right, I like that. That was great. Did not go for the air combo. Said, "Give me back my hairpin. That is more valuable to me than the minor damage I'm going to get off this throw combo." All right, it's the cross up, and yep.
Very almost impossible to.
There's
to
a move
with.
that should definitely cross up like that.
Yeah, it is so wild that like how that move how it changes her momentum, or how it interacts with her momentum. It
very much so,
because it's not like it doesn't pause her. There's just a myriad of ways that move gets to be used, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah. So good games to everyone. This is really fun to watch. Appreciate Overdrive Online for setting this up, and for Team Quash and Team Blitz for giving us some extra rounds of +R to enjoy today on a good day to watch a whole lot of good ass fighting games.
Yeah, I really appreciate having me on for this, because man, do I just like talking about some +R. Super duper amount of fun. We got a lot of good players, great character variety as well, and you really just can't find a better way to spend a lazy Sunday. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm
if
really
you're
happy.
Yeah, if you're a fan of this format, you liked watching it, be sure to shout out the people in the +R discords and people who try and organize these things, because if people want to watch them, someone will put them on. That's a guarantee. You do not have to twist a +R player's arm very hard to say, hey, you want to play in this exhibition?
Yeah, exhibition, tournaments, what have you. All of which are put together by some of the best the United States have to offer. If you really like that sort of thing, you want to see more of it, we do have a little wonderful matcherino that we have put together for the players, just as a small thank you, a little appreciation for them to take time out of their Sunday and play some +R and show us what the best can offer. If you have a couple of seconds, please hit that contribute button. After a quick sign in, you can give free money out of nowhere into their pocket, so we really appreciate it. And personally, I really appreciate your viewership. Thank you for coming by. I know this is on a weird stream that isn't normally doing the +R exhibitions and stuff like that, but everybody still came through. Melon was nice enough to still let me host this on my channel, and I'm very happy that everybody is just sitting here enjoying some +R, because there has legit never been like this is my comfort food. Like that's the best way to put it. Like some people get sad and eat burgers, I get sad and play +R. Like
exactly.
It's
amen to that.
So Travis, Klaige, do you want to say anything before we say goodbye?
Just congrats to Team Blitz. Played very well. Again, congrats to all these players. Put on a nice show for us. These are always fun to watch. I love this. You don't see this style of exhibition very often anymore. It's a really fun format to watch, because you get a nice variety, but you get to see players multiple times. You know, that's kind of the only downside to like the character versus character team battles is, you know, if someone loses, they're done. You don't see them again. And this, regardless of, you know, if they have a couple bad matchups or have a game that doesn't go their way, you get to see more of each player and get to know players how they play their character better. And I think that's always a really cool thing to watch, especially in a game like +R, like you said, where people are character specialists. You don't see pocket characters in this game hardly at all. So, but we really appreciate y'all watching. Again, thanks to Melon and everyone for putting this on. And hopefully we can get some more of this going in the future. +R is not going anywhere. The netcode has not gotten any worse since it came out. So if you're interested in the game, definitely check it out. There's a myriad of places to learn about the game, to get information, to get games with people at all levels. So
yep,
if you like what you saw, I mean, pick up the game. It's $3. Like
it's $3. It's admittedly a bit of work, but it's a lot of fun. So yeah. I'd love to have you guys around. You know, thank you to all the people who followed the stream really quick. I don't actually play a crap ton of +R on the stream, but whatever I'm playing, come through, ask some +R questions. I'm not very good, but I've watched a lot, so we can always discuss, especially, you know, if you just want to talk about +R, get better. I'm always free to ask or answer a question.
Right.
Yeah. So take it easy. Thank you guys, everybody, for coming through. Please just spend that rest of your Sunday lazing about. Enjoy your free time. And hopefully I get to see you guys around the next +R tournament. Have a good one.
Yep. Peace out, everybody.